Good morning, everybody. It's the last Monday of April 29th, and we're coming to you from Studio 22. I'm Michael.
And I'm Haley. And today we focus on some sports, we talk or don't talk endgame with you, and we look back at an incredible Wheaton Academy event. But first, let's get to some announcements. There are improv and dance workshops on Monday, May 13th from 3:30 to 5:30. Dance is in the dance room and improv will be in the band room. These workshops are not required in order to audition, but they will help you prepare for it. Auditions are on Tuesday, May 14th. Please sign up for only one audition. Pick up information on the theater board and contact Mrs. Wolfel with any questions.
Congratulations to Chief Operating Officer Mr. Carlson on the birth of his son. Lars Wesley was born last Tuesday, weighing 6 pounds and 5 ounces. And other great news, Chiara Perny competed in the Interscholastic Equine Association National Competition this past week in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Incredibly, she placed first in her zone and 6th out of 13,500 national members. Congratulations, Chiara.
Spanish Club will be having a Cinco de Mayo celebration on Friday, May 3rd. It will be in Mr. Rivera's classroom, room 107. There will be food, drinks, and prizes. And on a separate note, if anybody needs tutoring for Spanish, contact Alexander Osorio, Val Turdina, or Alan Rodriguez. Last weekend, many of our juniors and seniors made it out to Aurora for their annual event. Hannah Crow put together some highlights for you.
Like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen in life, and you take me like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. A young John Cusack, like making big mistakes. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I am not afraid. I feel like a kid. Never thought it'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
We want to thank Student Council for their hard work in putting an event like this together. And of course, we would like to also thank Mr. Holchop and his team of adults who helped as well. With Grandparents' Day just around the corner, we went around and asked people here what they have learned from their grandparents. Here are their responses.
My grandma taught me how to make blueberry pie and how to sew. Shout out Grandma, home ec.
They're just great role models in my life. They teach me life lessons, to be patient and to have good character all the time.
One way my grandparents have really impacted me is when I was little. My dad passed away, and so they took my little sister and I in, and they taught me what it means to have a servant's heart.
Something my grandparents have taught me is what unconditional love looks like.
They're just great role models for me
especially in taking nothing for granted and just living every day for the Lord.
Two of my grandparents are in their mid-80s and they are still water skiing, they're still playing tennis, they're still playing games. And so I think for me, one of the greatest life lessons from them is to just have joy and energy.
One thing that my grandparent taught me is to ride a riding lawnmower. Thank you.
She's a very strong Christian, so she's really shown me just the way to follow Christ and just to live for Him.
My grandparents have taught me how to love unconditionally and to be generous. They've also taught me how to enjoy the little things and just have fun in life.
My grandpa has always helped me, and he's made me a hard worker by just always helping him, and I just love him for that and all the things that he's done for me.
So my grandparents are really influential in my life because they are great, strong leaders for the Lord, and I can really rely on them for help.
One thing that they taught me was what being in a true marriage looks like, and they just loved each other unconditionally and through thick and thin.
My grandparents have taught me to always love people no matter their circumstances.
And my grandparents have taught me how to persevere no matter what life throws at you.
My papa taught me to be true to myself.
They were just always in my corner. They were always at birthday celebrations, graduations, even some games, and I knew I could count on them.
So the main points that my grandma left me, because she passed away last year, unfortunately, is to treat others as you'd want to be treated, and treat others with kindness and respect. And it just affected me in a profound way.
Tomorrow is a special day for a lot of people. It can also be a tough time as you reflect on someone you lost. Be on the lookout for both joy and sadness tomorrow, and be ready to support everyone you encounter. Unless you were sleeping these past 6 months, you know that Avengers Endgame came out this past weekend. Since its last movie, Infinity War, close attention has been given to not spoiling the movie. Wesley Jones has more.
We're in the Endgame now.
On April 26th, just 3 days ago, Avengers Endgame was released. This film is the culmination of 21 movies and 11 years of work, and should not be taken lightly. If you've already seen the movie, please be courteous to those around you, and don't spoil it. If you're discussing Avengers Endgame, make sure that everyone within earshot has seen the movie or won't care about being spoiled. The same goes for texting in group chats. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, make sure to be especially careful on the internet, as spoilers lurk everywhere. If you haven't seen it, go see it. The best defense against being spoiled is already knowing the plot. This is Wesley Jones for WAtv reminding you, don't spoil Endgame.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Thanks, Wesley. I'm Vaughn, and I have no spoilers here, but I do have some quality athletic information for you. Before we get into Wheaton Academy sports, we want to make sure we congratulate Clayton Thorson, brother of Ben. The former Northwestern quarterback was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 5th round of the NFL draft. In Wheaton Academy news, boys tennis had a phenomenal week. They improved their record to 7-0 and 4-0 in the conference. On Tuesday, they only dropped 6 total games in their 5-match 2-0 victory over conference rival St. Francis. They also swept both South Elgin and Timothy Christian last week. Girls softball traveled to IC this past week. They put up a whopping 7 runs in their losing effort. They have some time off before their next game on May 9th. In baseball news, Peter Crow received MSC Pitcher of the Week for the conference. He struck out 11 batters while only allowing 1 hit through 7 innings against Elmwood Park. Both the girls and boys track and field teams competed last week. The guys came in 4th place in the West Chicago Invitational and had a lot to celebrate. Sophomore Josh Friedland took 1st place in both the shot put and the discus. Junior Nate Beerley broke his own school record that he set last week in the 300-meter hurdles, and sophomore Blake Woodstock finally did it. He broke the 5-minute barrier in the 1,600-meter run with a time of 4 minutes and 51 seconds. For the girls, notable performances in the West Chicago invite came from a number of different places. Abby Gum took 1st for the 400-meter run with a time of 64.55 seconds. The 4x100-meter relay broke their own school record. Jessica Brown led the 4x800 relay to a victory. Also, Sadie Reinbrat, Alyssa Mantilla, Shannon Rorick, and Lydia Garrett all won their events. That's it for me. For the rest of the sports highlights, we will turn it over to our hosts of Ready, Set, Talk. Here's Peter and Jimmy.
Aloha and hello. Welcome to the 7th episode of Ready, Set, Talk. I'm Jimmy Paganis, and I'm here with
Peter Crow.
Yeah, let's jump right in. Boys volleyball, Pete. What do you think about their season so far?
I mean, what do I think, Jimmy? I mean, they had a great win against Latin School of Chicago a couple weeks ago. I know that's probably a big hit for you, being Greek and all. You probably wanted
Latin and Greek is totally different.
But and then Maddie Ellison, sophomore, is just doing great stuff for this team.
Yeah, he is, and we can't overlook the big guy, Mike Farrick.
Farrick.
He's leading the team in kills and blocks right now. I mean, he's just the anchor of that team.
He's the anchor. He is the first mate. He's the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Mike Farrick is my captain.
Beautiful.
He is just being a captain, being a leader, showing these guys that have never played before. Justin Hocker, Matt Navaria, Jack Reichen, showing these guys what it's all about. It's really great stuff. Game tomorrow against St. Francis. Get out and support.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Moving on, Jimmy. I'm sure baseball. Look out for the maroon W flying upon the masses of the baseball field.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing that a lot. They've got a great record. I mean, their players are just killing it this year. Marcus Bolt, right? Mike Cortez, Thomas Love, Luke Roman, Shane Baumgartner, J.D. Reno, Wilbur, new addition to the team, but he's really helping.
James Poseidon Paganis, are you trying to hurt my feelings? Because if so, you are succeeding.
No, I didn't.
For not mentioning me?
No.
I mean,
I just forgot.
You were a friend of mine. You were in my favorites in the contacts.
Oh,
I invited you to my grandmother's birthday party. I mean, for you to not know that I am on the baseball team is just...
No, Pete, I know you're having a great season.
Maybe if you came out to some of the games.
Yeah.
Because the stands are empty. So we need some more fans. Bring your brother. Bring your sister. Get some more fans out to the baseball.
Yeah. You're right about that, Pete. I apologize. But we're going to move on to a quick update about a college athlete, former alum, graduate of last year. Karen Bess is doing track and field at Cal State Fullerton right now. And Pete, you got an update?
I do have an update. Karen Bess, she won the 20-meter hurdles here her senior year.
That doesn't. 20 meters? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like.
I don't really know what meters are, Jimmy. Why are we even still on the metric system?
That's a great question. I think it should be yards.
It should be, I don't know, it should be something. It should be hands width or something. Something that's actually measurable. But yeah, I do have an update with her college stats. She's first place in the RCC Invitational back on March 1st. That was a PR for her.
Yeah.
Then she's got some 5th and 6th places intermixed in there, and the old Titan Challenge and the old Big West Challenge.
Big West Challenge. It's big stuff for a freshman. Big stuff.
Huge stuff.
Yeah.
We're excited to see what she does. Former state champ, now turned collegiate star.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's move on to lacrosse. Boys lacrosse. LaCroix, some would say. 15-0 dub against St. Francis. Wow.
And it was an exciting one. I was there.
It was exciting. It was embarrassing. It was
embarrassing for them.
It was.
But that's what we like here.
It was a tearjerker.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, we can't overlook Ian Vennard, though, the season that he is having. I mean, he is leading this team right now. In just 9 games, he has 43 goals. Ridiculous.
Gee whiz,
He's had 2 games with 8 goals. I mean,
8 goals, Jim?
8.
Is this a correct stat?
Yeah. 8.
8 goals.
8 goals.
Hold on. Dude. 8 goals. I just did the math on that.
Yeah.
That conversion. I know you're the basketball guy.
Whoa.
That is 89 points in a basketball game.
Peter Piper picked a pickle and blew my mind with that stat. Ridiculous.
What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means.
I got excited.
But it sounds like you were excited.
Yeah, very excited. But you know what? Lacrosse is having a great season, but we have some big news with girls soccer. Just the other day, a big overtime thrilling win against St. Francis. 2-1 win in overtime. Oh my goodness. Emma Goebel, 2 goals. Huge. That was so fun.
Emma Goebel, 2 goals. You got Amy Alexander on the defensive end. Kat says.
Yeah.
Freshman Emily Setrin.
Big assist.
I think maybe you need to go see Mr. Bowling, talk about memory loss you have for not mentioning Emily Setrin.
I apologize, but that was a huge assist on that first goal night.
I feel like this is even the culmination of our Ready, Set, Talk here.
Oh, no.
This is the icing on the cake with this dub against St. Francis.
Yeah.
And with this roster, Mr. Brooks' final season.
Yeah.
I think this might be my first prediction that is right here, Jim.
Oh, I hope so.
State championship.
Wow.
prediction.
Big prediction, but you know what? With the leaders they have, the seniors, and Sophie Lindquist and Ann Hardy leading them out there, I mean, I think it's possible.
It's definitely certainly possible, and we'll be back for our final episode to see if it is possible. This has been Ready, Set, Talk. Catch you on the flippity flip.
Thanks, Peter and Jimmy. Peter, I'm really hoping this bold prediction holds up. I'm Brittany, and I'm going to give you the 4 things you need to know. We are 1 month and 2 days away from our last final. Check your grades often and talk to your teachers. Number 2, we have 2 fine arts concerts this week. We have percussion and jazz tonight at 7:30 p.m., and we have our spring instrumental concert on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Number 3, with a special schedule on Grandparents' Day this Tuesday, we will only have 1 chapel this week. Mrs. Cheney will speak to us on Friday. And finally, number 4, congrats to AP English teacher and Vice Principal Mr. Thornton on receiving Wheaton Academy's annual Hiller Memorial Teaching Award. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WAtv for information or to leave comments. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in to WAtv, and from all of us at Studio 22, have a great day.